Welcome to the latest remote edition of RPPV News, bringing you stories from across the Mornington Peninsula. I'm Catie Sharp, and our top items for this edition are: relief for many on the peninsula as JobKeeper is extended. A quick-thinking teen captures her assailant on camera. Lindsay Fox uses ancient law to grab more Sorrento land. Plans for the peninsula to get a new permanent source of fresh water. Good news for Frankston Trainline users. A top honour for a local sports administrator, and a chance for some wheelie bin art. Now for the full stories. The federal government has announced that it is extending the JobKeeper allowance until next March. This is welcome news for the many locals who have been relying on the payment since it was introduced last April. It will drop to $1,200 a fortnight in October and then to $1,000 in January. Payments for part-time staff will reduce to $750 and then $650. Businesses will have to prove turnover is still down by more than 30% to qualify. The Job Seeker Supplement will continue to be paid until the end of the year, but will be reduced by $250 a fortnight in September, meaning the payment will be $815 a fortnight. We go now to Shivani Pillay for a full update on coronavirus and the lockdown.
Thanks, Catie. 49 people have died from COVID-19 in Victoria as at the 23rd of July, with a national death toll of 128. There continue to be consecutive triple digits of coronavirus cases in Victoria as lockdown continues into the third week of the stage 3 6-week restrictions. The government is remaining optimistic, with Premier Daniel Andrews saying he's encouraged that we are not seeing a doubling of the figures in Victoria. Similarly, Brett Sutton, Victorian Chief Medical Officer, said we are seeing a roller coaster of numbers, but there has been some levelling in the past 4 or 5 days. Here are the latest figures for the Mornington Peninsula and Frankston. As at the 23rd of July, there are 11 active cases on the peninsula and 13 active cases in Frankston. Masks are mandatory from midnight on Wednesday, the 22nd of July in metropolitan Melbourne, which includes the Mornington Peninsula and the Shire of Mitchell. The government has said that any face covering, such as a scarf or a bandana, will do. You must wear a mask when outside, when practical to do so, unless you have a lawful excuse or risk a $200 fine. A face mask is not required in the following circumstances: infants and children under the age of 12 years, a person who is affected by a relevant medical condition, including problems with their breathing, a serious skin condition on the face, a disability, or a mental health condition. This also includes persons who are communicating with someone who is hearing impaired, where the ability to see the mouth is essential for communication. Persons for whom wearing a face covering would create a risk to that person's health and safety related to their work, as determined by the Occupational Health and Safety Guidelines. Persons whose professions require clear enunciation or visibility of their mouth. This includes teaching and broadcasting. Professional sports people when training or competing. When an individual is doing an exercise or physical activity where they are out of breath or puffing. Examples include jogging or running, but not walking. You must have a face covering on when you are walking or when you've finished exercising. When directed by police to remove the face covering to ascertain identity. When a person is travelling in a vehicle by themselves or with other members of their family or household. When consuming food, drink, medication, or when smoking or vaping. When undergoing dental treatment or other medical care, to the extent that the procedure requires that no face covering may be worn. When entering or inside a financial institution, such as a bank. And during emergencies. You must carry a face covering when you are leaving home for one of the 4 reasons for leaving your home. Professor Brett Sutton likened wearing a mask to obeying the speed limit when driving. Masks are to coronavirus a bit like speed limits are to our road toll. They protect you, they protect those around you. It's a small sacrifice that we make. It's a small constraint on our liberties, if you like, but it's a really important one because there is no greater loss of liberty than the loss of life. Masks must be properly fitted and cover your nose and your mouth. You must avoid touching your mask covering. Wash your hands with soap for 20 seconds, that is soap and water, before and after you use a mask. Dispose of single-use masks after one use and wash reusable cloth masks daily in soap and water. You should not remove your mask when speaking. For more information and a guide to make your own mask, log on to dhhs.vic.gov.au. A recent poll suggests that Mornington Peninsula are calling for stage 4 restrictions to stop the virus. An exclusive leader poll revealed a staggering 77% of 965 respondents wanting tougher rules in place to stop the virus. The remaining 23% wanted to remove the region from lockdown. If you're struggling to find a mask on the peninsula, many of our talented local artists are making wonderful masks. Even Mornington secondary college students have been hard at it. If you are one of our creatives, please post your details on our Facebook site and give our community the opportunity to support you and to be safe. We'll share the best designs on Facebook and in next week's news. Time to get creative and have a go. I'm Shivani Pillay. That's the COVID-19 update. Back to you, Catie.
Thank you, Shivani. A quick-thinking teen has taken a photo of a man moments after he allegedly sexually assaulted her near Frankston Station last month. Detectives released the image and CCTV footage this week in hopes that someone may be able to identify him. The man was white, aged between 25 and 40, with short, spiky dark hair. He was wearing distinctive mustard-coloured shoes and had painted fingernails. Anyone who recognises the man should contact Crime Stoppers. Mornington Police Station has stepped in to help out the beleaguered Frankston team, which has been in isolation since one of its officers tested positive for COVID-19. Anyone needing help in Frankston can visit either the Mornington Station in Main Street or Carrum Down Station in Bellato Road. Mornington Shire councillors have directed CEO John Baker to urgently review title claims being made on behalf of Sorrento resident Lindsay Fox. A build-up of sand has allowed Mr Fox's agents to seek a substantial extension of his waterfront property using an ancient English law that is yet to be tested in Australia. The law allows boundaries to be varied if adjoining land is subject to natural change. It is estimated the new land covers 4,700 square metres. John Baker will report back to the council at its August 11th meeting. A feasibility study has begun into the possibility of connecting the peninsula's hinterland to a permanent source of water from the Eastern Treatment Plant in Bangham. The plant sends about 350 million litres of treated waste into the water of Bass Strait every day. The study will investigate whether the recycled water can be redirected for use along the peninsula. It will be used for watering crops, fighting fires, and watering parks and reserves. Mayor Sam Hearn said access to the clean and reliable water supply was a win-win for both the environment and the economy. Coming up after the break, good news for the Frankston train line.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, has over 500 branches Australia-wide, looks after over 1.6 million customers, is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia, and voted the most trusted bank in 2018. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65 LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyre Road, Mornington.
Welcome back. After 2 months of replacement buses, the Frankston train line is back up and running a full week earlier than was scheduled. Work on underground rail trenches is complete, as is the new Mentone station. 3 level crossings have also been removed. Cheltenham station is on track to reopen in mid-August. MP News has reported that Mornington Peninsula Shire councillors want the state government to rein in the powers of municipal chief executive officers in order to prevent bonuses being secretly given to staff. Under the current rules, CEOs can grant bonuses to staff without telling councillors, residents, or ratepayers. Councillor David Gill made clear to MP News that the Shire's current CEO, John Baker, had not awarded any bonuses to staff. However, a previous CEO who had declined to name had allegedly provided bonuses to individual officers of between $40,000 and $60,000. Council CEOs are the only council officers appointed and managed by councillors. All other council staff are appointed and managed by the council CEO. Shire councillors have expressed great disappointment that a temporary rock groin at Portsea Beach has been removed. The Shire had received a report that such a wall could help save the beach, and so are upset that Del Whip had dismantled it. Mayor Sam Hearn called the decision a return to square one. A private beach in Balnarring is for sale. On the market for the first time in generations, the beach is part of a property for sale in Mentor Road. All you need to own it is a cool $5 million. The General Manager of the Mornington District Basketball Association has been given one of the highest awards for a person in her position. Samantha Brown has been awarded Basketball Victoria's Jack Carter Memorial Award for Sports Administrator of the Year. Described as a groundbreaking role model, Ms. Brown also received a scholarship that helps women in sports leadership access professional development opportunities. And the Shire is encouraging locals to get creative with their wheelie bins. Households are being invited to paint their wheelie bins to brighten our curbs during lockdown, with images inspired by what you love most about the peninsula. Participants just need to post a picture of the painted bin on Instagram, tagging @MornPen Arts and Culture and including the hashtag #MPBinspiration. 6 entries will win a zero-waste living pack valued at $150. Entries close on the 17th of August and details are on the MornPen website. Now we go to Alana with the coming week's weather report.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just admiring the camellias. It's Alana here with your RPPV 7-day weather forecast for the Mornington Peninsula. Today, Thursday the 23rd of July, we had partly cloudy conditions and we reached a top of 12 degrees. Tomorrow, Friday the 24th of July, we'll have some early morning frost and fog before you reach a top of 12 degrees and a sunny afternoon. On Saturday the 25th of July, we'll again have some early morning fog and we'll drop down to just a low of 2 degrees before climbing to a top of 13. On Sunday, we'll again have some morning fog and we'll have a sunny afternoon though, reaching a top of 13 degrees. On Monday, the 27th of July, we'll have partly cloudy conditions again. We'll also have a medium chance of showers, so make sure you keep your umbrella or raincoat close by. We'll have a top of 13 on Monday. On Tuesday, the 28th of July, we'll again have partly cloudy conditions. We'll have some slight chances of showers just in the morning and reach a top of 14 degrees. Next Wednesday, the 29th of July, will again be partly cloudy. We do have 70% chance of showers next Wednesday, and we expect up to 2 millimetres of rain and a top of 15 degrees. So that's all for this week, and we'll see you next time.
And now to the Surf King Muzz with the Surf Report.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to this week's Mornington Peninsula Surf Report. So as we can see, as of yesterday, we all have to wear these face masks. It's for our own good and other people's good, so we all have to do it. So none of you flat earthers having a whinge about it, whatever. So let's just save spreading the virus around down on the peninsula. So while this is going on, the surf hasn't been so good for us either. Today's probably the best day in the next foreseeable days. On the beach breaks, maybe small reef waves, and then we've got a bit of an onshore run again. So yeah, Huey's not doing us any favours, so enjoy what chance you have of getting in the surf. You will get there. It's not going to be great, except for maybe today. So I'll see you next week.
And that's all from our team here at RPPV News, serving the community with stories that matter to you. Remember, if you go outside for one of the 4 essential reasons, take a mask. If you're feeling at all unwell, get tested and stay at home until your results are back. Wash your hands and shop locally to support our community. Keep watching and do tell your friends. Bringing you the news from coast to coast across the Mornington Peninsula, I'm Catie Sharp. See you for the next edition.